10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
One, ready?
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Here we go.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 3.
Hey, Can. 11, MT, can.
They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. You look at the defense for these Texans. This crew against the pass, issues at times. Ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
So just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I get the thought process. 3rd and short, give it to the fullback, let him bulldoze his way. But that means you're counting on your offensive line to win the line of scrimmage, aren't you?
Yeah, and there was just a mass of bodies there at the line. Looked like more defenders than offensive guys. Winds up losing yardage. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
They work now on 2nd and 9. First run of the game here for Dameon Pierce. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Stroud on 3rd down now. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
First and goal from the 6. They'll run here with Laird.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal.
Stroud, he's going to audible to something else. This one left side caught by Collins.
Touchdown! Nico Collins. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Texans will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0.
Bengals nothing. Fairbairn at the kickoff for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for. A really good change of pace back.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
11 Thomas. 11 Mighty. 11 Mighty. Dad.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The Bengals at 500 now, 4-4 on the year. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Here we go.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Burrow will throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt, and he missed it. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here, because to me, This ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Stroud wants to change it up with an audible.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. You talk about this Bengals defense.
Well, they're a tough unit to throw against, currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, it'd easily move into the top 5.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat, Panther 11, Panther 11.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. That one into the hands of Laird. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain.
Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Hey, check that, street.
Here we go on 4th down. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. He needed 2. He on. And the Bengals will get the football back.
So winds up a very smart decision to throw the flag. They reset the spot, and now that's a 1st down.
60 Eagles, 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Now they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Cowboy 80. Dragon 60. Trap 60. 7 Pirates, 60 Maverick.
And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Come on, set. Gravity Lion. Ready.
On the ground, it's Laird.
Fighting through the tackle at the 30. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Okay, break. 60 by 6.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. This offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Pat the street. Pat the street.
And they'll send Watson in motion right. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there.
Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on 3rd down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on 3rd down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. Fairbairn able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
On 1, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And they came into play here off 2 straight victories. They're back to 500 on the year. But, Charles, is this little mini run coming too late to salvage their season?
Well, they definitely dug themselves a hole that leaves them needing to play almost perfect football from here on out. But I do believe they think that they've got this thing turned around, and they are capable of doing exactly that.
12, 12, 12. 11, 12.
Chase, the motion man right.
They go right back to the ground here in Brown. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles, rolling in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense, because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. You have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And incomplete on the deep ball. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Burrow.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. Down the left sideline.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Irv Smith Jr., his first touchdown on the year.
And the Bengals have got it back to within a score. Evan McPherson for the extra point.
And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now.
Texans 10, Bengals 7.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Quick throw to Collins. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
First and 10, it's Pierce.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's second down and 7. And Pierce gets it again on second down. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Let's go now.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Warriors, 70. 19 Lions. Ready.
Stroud working out of the gun. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins. But he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. Fourth down. Singletary, they'll run for it.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A big roll. 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
First down, Texans.
So a chance to breathe easier now. 1st and 10 after the 4th down conversion. Handoff right side to Pierce. He'll get this up to about the 44. That's on Shaq Mason, the guard.
Here we go.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Alert! Alert! Go!
Handoff left side, Pierce.
2 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Got
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Cup 19, Cup 19, Buffalo 18.
2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18.
19 tight, 19 tight. Mustang 19. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Stroud now on 2nd down.
He'll drop this off to Laird.
Finding space at the 40.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play.
Panther 11, Panther 11. 18 Rattler, 18 Dragon 60.
Now Stroud. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Touchdown, Houston. Jarvis Landry, 59 yards.
And the Texans are able to widen their advantage.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 1st down now, but that clock rolling.
Now Burrow changing things up here.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Steps away to his left.
He will find his man Chase complete.
Touchdown, Bengals.
Jamar Chase,
35 yards.
and the Bengals get a late score here in the final minute of the 1st half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the 1st half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it leads down to a field goal at 17-14.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose.
A good game there on 1st down. That run will get them 7 up to the 32-yard line. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
This now a 3rd and 4.
70, 70. Second Pirates, second Pirates. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they will get to him behind the line, but they're out of timeouts, remember, and the clock continues to wind down. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Now 2nd and 9.
That's complete. It's Collins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
60 Vikings, 18, 5 in. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Stroud now on 1st and 10. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle.
So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Give left side for Pierce. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
2nd and 10.
Warriors, 70.
On 2nd down, it's Stroud. Throw over the middle is taken in by Dell.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They'll try and run for this with Singletary. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short definitely was a great time to dial one up.
Ready?
Pierce gets this one running right.
That burst good for 20 and a first down.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Let's go now.
They'll run here with Pierce. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
Quick throw complete. Touchdown, Texans. Nico Collins.
His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Texans take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors. Really good coverage all over the field, and it took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
Here we go.
So 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati.
11.
Burrow looking to pass. Eluding the pressure right.
That one complete down the field to Smith. And he will finally be shoved out of bounds down at the 30-yard line.
A big play there for Cincinnati. 44 yards.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And Mixon going to have a Bengals first down as he's down at the 17-yard line.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Here we go.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the gun, a give to Brown.
And they'll get him down right around the 16.
Sheldon Rankins, former Saint and Jet, there on the stop.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Here we go.
2nd and 9.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. Flushed out.
Now Burrow loses the football. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Doug Costin able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward.
And the Texans are going to get it back here just past the 35.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Lions. 79 Broncos. Cup 19. Cup 19.
The 2nd down throw now from Stroud.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, you know, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
Not good at all. Punted just 24 yards there. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
I'm wondering.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Brought down on the play by the linebacker, Christian Harris.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Doug Costin able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And quickly, they get to the line.
A gain of 24 yards.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Here we go.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. To the air again, Burrow.
He's got his target. That's complete.
20.
Down the sideline he goes.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase.
His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game.
And the Bengals have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
19 tight, 19 tight. Go check, go check. Big Lion.
Now a handoff for Pierce. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Mustang 19.
On first down, Laird. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Tiger. Hey, smash Bronco.
And quickly out wide, this is Watson. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down, and that is the big one, as they should be able to run it out from here.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Get it. 18 Cardinals.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Come on. Hey. Hawk 70. 60 Bobcat. Panther 11. Ready.
Stroud looks to throw.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Got ready.
Now it's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Pierce.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Well, they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
18 Daniel. Dragon 60.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to swell the lead to 6. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
This is 1st and 10.
Here we go.
To throw, Burrow.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.